Hey, welcome to Mr. B's math class. Today we're looking at 4.4 combining percents. Our student outcome for today is I can solve problems involving combined percents. So a little bit of a review before we get started. So from last class, you guys should remember that how to turn a percent into a decimal. So really just to make it a percent into a decimal, all we have to do is divide our percent by 100 and we get our decimal. Pretty easy. The second thing to remember for today's lesson is how to determine the amount of a total number. So the percent of a number, right? And that is just, again, taking your percent once it's a decimal, so dividing it by 100, getting your decimal, multiply your decimal by the entire amount. Okay, that's the important thing to remember from last class. So from 4.3, that's the key thing you took out of that. Now we're going to use what we know about this and this into today's lesson. Okay, so example 1. GST, or government sales tax, is 5%, and PST, or the provincial sales tax, is also 5%. Calculate the total tax and the total cost of a PS4 that would cost $250. So in this method, it says step 1, we're going to calculate the percents separately. So we're going to find the percent, 5% of this, and then this one as well. So we'll start here with our GST. So GST is 5%. Okay, well, to find the percent of a number, we have to go 5% divided by 100, so we have to get it into a decimal. Divided by 100, it becomes 0.05. Now we've got our decimal. We're asking ourselves, what is 5% of 250? Well, we've got our decimal. Now we'll follow our formula from last class. 0.05 multiplied by the total number, which is 250. And that gives us 12.5. But it's units, so it's dollars. $12.50. So our GST total is $12.50. Now we've done GST, we found out what our GST percent is. Now we're going to look what our PST percent is. So PST, we follow the same formula. Our PST happens to also be 5%. So same thing as before, let's find what 5% is of our total. So 5% divided by 100 first gives us 0.05 as our decimal. And then we're going to take our decimal and multiply it by our total number, which again is 250. And we know, like before, our PST is going to be $12.50. Our step 2 is add the 2% amounts together. So what they are saying is we're going to add our GST with our PST. Well, we know from step 1 that our GST amount is going to be $12.50. We know from our step 1 as well that our PST amount is also going to be $12.50. Once we've got that, we can say the percent total, I can write faster here, or just our tax amount, is going to be 12.5 plus 12.5 is going to give us $25. So we've now found what the first part asks. We found out what the total tax was. So the total tax amount is $25. The second part of this question also asks what's the total cost of the item. So total cost is going to equal the cost of our item plus the total tax. Well, the cost of our item was $250 and our total tax was $25. When we add the two together, we're going to get a total cost for our item of $275. And that's how we find it. Now let's take a look at the same example, just using a different method. So, for this second method we've got, it says step 1 for this one is to combine the percent first, then calculate. Whereas before we found what 5% and 5% was, they want us to combine it off the bat. So what they're saying here is we know that GST was 5%, and we know that PST was 5%. So let's just combine them off the bat, and our total percent then is going to be 10%. We're going to look for 10% of our total number. Just like before, we have to find out what 10% is of 250. So we take our percent, we divide it by 100, just like usual, and we get 0.10. That's a 0, by the way. Once we've got our decimal, we take our decimal, 0.10, and we multiply it by the total number. Well, our total number, again, was $250. We multiply it by that, we get $25. And last step is just to add the total tax, which was that, and our total cost together. So we end up getting 250 plus $25 equals $275. So it's the same thing here. The only we changed, we took out one step. Rather than do the percent separately, we just said, you know what? We got 5 and 5. Let's just add them together, get our 10, find what 10% is of our total number, and go from there. So this method also works. Now we'll do one more method here to show you, and you can pick which one you want to use that fits best for you. So one more method. It says to combine the cost and the percents right off the bat. So the total cost of our PS4 is $250, which is 100%, right? If I said, here's, this item costs $250, you know that that's all of the money you're going to pay towards it. So it's 100%. It's the whole item is 100%. So what this method means is you're going to take your GST. Here's some time for some more sloppy writing. Our GST and our PST combined together also give us 10%. So now when you look at it, our new percent is going to be percent is 110%. Because our initial item was 100%, and we're adding on 10% tax, so we're actually looking for what is 110% of 250. Well, same thing again. So we're going to convert our percent into a decimal. So just like before, convert it into a decimal. Sorry about the messy writing. So we've got 110% divided by 100 equals 1.10. Got our decimal, just like before. We're going to multiply by the total. And that means we're going to go 1.10 multiplied by $250, which is going to give us $275. Oops, there should be another 0 in there. So our total cost ends up being $275. So all three methods got us the same place. I just want you to pick and choose which method works best for you. In the first method, you tried to figure out what the percents were separately. So what was 5% and what was the other 5%. Then added the percents together and then combined that with your total cost. In method 2, you said, well, we know that it's just going to be 10%, so we'll add our percents together and then find it. This one here is a little bit different as well. This one, you take your number and pretend it's a percent as well and add your total cost percent with here. So all three methods get the job done. I want you to pick what method works best for you. Example 2. So for this one, it says Walmart offers a 10% discount off one day and then an additional 10% off the sales price the next day, while HMV offers a 20% discount on one day only. Cole wants to buy the new One Direction CD that has a regular price of $20 at both stores. Which store gives the better buy? So to start this question, we're going to work with each store separately to find out our answer. We have to know the percents for each store before we can find the answer. So let's start with Walmart. Okay, so what Walmart is saying is that on the first day, it's 10% off. On the second day, they're saying it's another 10% off the new price. So Let's start here with day 1. So we're looking for 10% off the first day, and that's 10% of $20, because that One Direction CD is $20. Now let's just keep this up here. So 10% of $20, well, we know we have to do our formula here, so make our percent into a decimal to find percent of a number, divided by 100 gives us 0.10. Once we've got our decimal, now we're going to multiply that decimal by our total cost, which is $20, which equals 2. Now that we know how much our discount is, which is $2, now we can subtract that from our total number because you're saving $2. Well, our discount price then, I'm sorry for the messy writing again, is going to be our total cost, which is 20, minus our discount cost, which was 2, which gives us $18. So we know that after 1 day, the discount price here is $18. But we're not done, because now we also have day 2 to work with. So day 2, actually we'll do day 2 right beside it here. It says we're getting another 10% of the new price. So on the second day we're getting 10% off here, but we're getting that 10% off our new price, which is 18, not 20. So it's 10% of 18 because it's off our new price. Same thing as before, we're going to take our percent and convert it into a decimal. So we're going to divide it by 100, which gives us 0.10. Now we're going to multiply that decimal by our total number, which is $18. When we do that, we get a total of $1.8, or $1.80. Now we know we're only getting this much off on day 2. To find the discount price again, we need to subtract. So our new price is $18. Subtract our discount for the second day, which is $1.80, which leaves us with a total of $16.20. So with all the savings from Walmart, you're going to spend $16.20 in order to get your One Direction CD coal. Now let's take a look at HMV. With HMV, their discount is 20% of $200 because it's only 1 day. So again, day 1, if you want to do it this way, day 1 is just going to be 20% divided by 100 to make it a decimal equals 0.20. Now we've also got to take that decimal and multiply it by our total number. 0.20 multiplied by $20, and we get a total of $4. So our discount price then is going to be $20 minus our total of discount, which is $4, which gives us a grand total of $16. So Walmart, if you went to Walmart with their savings, you were paying $16.20. If you went to HMV, you were paying $16. So the better buy goes to HMV with $16. And this is where it's important to note that just because Walmart had two 10%, you couldn't add them together because it was one sale applied to the first day and it changed the second day because it was 10% off of the new item. It was not the same item, whereas HMV was 20% off the bat to the same price of the item. So make sure you understand this. If you have any questions, let me know tomorrow. And I'll leave you with one final question you guys can work on, and we'll go through the answer in class tomorrow instead of being online. So So for this final one, it says Gian bought the new Call of Duty game for $60. If GST is 5% and PST is 7%, how much was the total cost? And actually, you know what? You might as well just pause it here, and if you want to look at the solution, you can, and if not, we'll go over the solution in class tomorrow. Okay, so really, we can look at it like this. I'm going to combine percent, because with these percents, they're on the same day, obviously, it's just tax. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say total tax is GST and PST. Our GST is 5% and our PST is 7% for a total of 12%. So now what I'm looking for is 12% of my total, which is 60. 12% of 60, well, I've got to take my number, my 12, and divide it by 100, to which I get 0.12. Then all I'm going to do is multiply my decimal, 0.12, multiply it by $60, which gives me, I'm going to do a calculation here quick, $7.2, or $7.20. That's how much tax. So total tax is $7.20. So my total cost equals price plus tax. So our price of our item was $60 plus our tax, which was $7.20. So our total cost was $67.20. I mean, it would have worked either method. I just chose that method there, but all three methods would work, and we'll look at it more tomorrow.